All right, this is on page 26 in your packet.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Your name?
Good afternoon.
Hi, I'm Tammy Seitz. I'm the COO for Blueriver.
Dan Lau, CEO. And first of all, we'd like to, are you ready for us to go?
Yes, please.
Okay. I'd like to thank you for your support over the years. Of course, partnership with local county government is very important to what we do, and garner support from the rest of the community also, so we want to thank you for that. Usually at this time what we like to do is bring you up to date. Of course, the funding that we request is particularly for young children and adults with developmental disabilities. But of course, we do a lot more than that in the county. And we'd like to keep you up to date on all of those things. So I'd like to bore you with a couple of statistics here for a minute. We work with the Office of Vocational Rehabilitation. And last year there were 15 Washington County residents with disabilities placed into competitive employment. We have, of course, children's services, and we have after-school programs that are in the Salem School in East Washington, and there are 128 kids participating in those after-school enrichment programs. We have the First Steps program, early intervention for children born with special needs or risk factors that could lead to special needs, and we serve 115 actually families. Of course, that's children, but families in Washington County, and that's a home-based program. Something that not everybody is aware of is the Healthy Families program, and that is a service that families have risk factors. It's a voluntary program. It's not risk factors for a disability, but just family risk. It's 25 families in Washington County participate in that also home-based service. Transportation, I'm sure you see the Southern Indiana transit vehicles running around. We have a couple of ways those trips are made. One is a deviated fixed route, 1,178 trips. And we have a demand response. We go to people's house, take them where they need to go. And there were 3,836 trips last year. We did a total of 5,533 public transportation trips in Washington County and served 624 individuals.
Are those unduplicated individuals? Or
624 is unduplicated, yeah.
Oh, okay.
We have, and Tammy could probably tell you a little more about this. But
Yeah. With our community resources program, that's where we're serving individuals in their homes and out in the community. Just to kind of give you an idea of the increase, we served 20 people, 20 individuals in 2021, and we increased that to 30 last year. So that's a significant increase, which the numbers were down a little bit due to COVID last year, but as we're seeing people becoming more comfortable, we're having more individuals reach out to us for that service. So really happy with that. And then we do have 2 residential homes here in Washington County, and are very avid supporters of our Special Olympics. You all have a great Special Olympics program here in Washington County, very involved as a community. So those individuals partake in a lot of those things as well. And then our sheltered shop over in Industrial Parkway, just really got some great things going on there as well. As you know, I definitely encourage you all to follow us on Facebook. We have a lot of great things that we're always posting. But we had some new tables that were brought in there, and the Community Foundation provided some funding for that. And so we got just a lot of really good things going on, and everybody's glad to kind of be, marginally coming out of COVID, and so we're seeing that in the increase of numbers of people served.
And then Of course, we have a very active affordable housing program in Washington County. One of the affordable housing projects, though, is Jill's House, which is a fourplex, which serves victims of domestic violence and abuse and the family. And so that's been going for a number of years, and 21 residents were served last year at Jill's House. Of course, Grandview Manor South, 30 residents in affordable housing. Grandview Manor North, which is in right now being renovated, and that's 20 persons right now. That's 25 units, so that will increase, but that's under construction right now. And right now we're doing the musical chairs thing where we do a certain number of apartments and move people out and move people into those when they're done and move them around. Also, Jackson Court served 14 individuals in affordable housing. And unfortunately, the child care center that we operated for a number of years, we were not able to continue operating it, but I think we made a good use out of it. We converted it into affordable housing and built 3 duplexes on that same property. So there are a number of people living there. We, staff-wise, last year employed 110 Washington County residents doing all of these services. I mean, some, of course, might work outside the county, but there are 110 residents who were employed doing these services. I would invite you to look in the middle of this that we handed out, and where it says programs and services. Of course, everything that Blueriver offers is offered in Washington County. You know, when you see the affordable senior housing there, Grandview Manor South, Grandview Manor North, Jackson Court. Of course, there are a lot of accessible apartments in there, and also different departments work together in different ways too, because we have Southern Indiana Transit, rural public transportation. You know, that assists in operating the senior affordable housing and create routes off of that. Of course, we have Jill's Hope. We have Nichols and Oak group homes, which Tammy was talking about just a moment ago. And of course, Blueriver Industries has been there for many, many years and out by Walmart now. See, we have those are community resources Tammy was mentioning, employment services, the transportation, and like I said, a number of schools we are providing after-school program. In WIC, I haven't mentioned WIC. Let's see. No, I had that. 1,567 families participated in WIC in Washington County last year. There have been some people, some youth that have been placed at the Wyandotte House in the past. I don't think we had any last year, but from Washington County that have been placed there. It's a youth shelter that's in Corydon. So I think you can see that provide a variety of services in the county, and your support certainly has helped us expand those services and to improve those services over the years. So.
And just to kind of piggyback off that, as Dan was mentioning, there are so many of our services that are intertwined. If we didn't have the transportation, then there's many of our individuals that receive employment services, they wouldn't be able to get a job because they don't have that transportation. So, you know, then they may be living in our affordable housing. So there are so many of those services that are intertwined and resources that are available so that it makes it a smooth transition for individuals, because the system itself can be very overwhelming. So we try to, you know, make that a smooth process for as many people as possible.
And we've tried to serve the general public wherever possible. You know, of course, our original mission was serving people with disabilities. But the needs of the general public are very often the same as the needs of people with disabilities. When you're talking about transportation, housing, employment, all of those things that it's needed by the general public too, as well as people with disabilities. And so we've tried to serve those folks too.
Well, we certainly thank you for all that you do and all you do for our residents and also in the region. Council, do you have any questions for them before they go? Okay, well, thank you all so much. We appreciate what you do.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us, giving us this opportunity to share all the things that we do.
Yes.